السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي جعل الشمس والقمر حسبانا والنجم والشجر يسجدان، فضل زمانا على زمان كما فضل مكانا على مكان وإنسانا على إنسان. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. صلى الله عليه وسلم 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 صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy, Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 20. Alhamdulillah, we are in level 3 of this course. In level 3, we are making the Jumla اسمية into a emphatic, making the Jumla emphatic to give us more stronger meaning. Number 2, we're making the Jumla اسمية negative, nafi. And number 3, we're going to take the Jumla اسمية and turn into a question, interrogative. For the first one we did was a Jumla اسمية, how to make into a emphatic Jumla. We've learned that we use inna front of Jumla اسمية. Inna makes the Jumla اسمية more stronger Jumla. Now when inna comes, inna takes the mubtada into halatul nasab and khabar into halatul rafa. And we've learned there's other particles that comes in the group of inna, and we call them inna wa akhawatuha. Inna wa akhawatuha. Their job is to take the mubtada into halatul nasab and khabar halatul rafa. In other words, we can say inna wa akhawatuha gives the mubtada fathatayn, and the khabar dammatayn. Another way we can understand that inna comes before ism and gives the inna, the ism, fathatayn. But now we know normally inna do come in the Jumla ismiyah. The others 5, they are anna, lakinna, ka'anna, layta, and la'alla. So total is 6. They're called inna wa khawatuha, or huruf al-mushabbahatu bil-fi'li. In the last lesson, what we have learned, we've learned to make Jumla اسمية negative. So how do we make Jumla اسمية negative? To give us a negative meaning, which is called nafi, we use adawatun nafi. We use the particles of nafi. And they are total 4 particles: ma, laysa, la, and in. Ma, laysa, la, in. Out of these 4, the first 2 are used the most: ma and laysa. Ma and laysa. So what do? Yes, they come with the Jumla اسمية, or beginning of Jumla اسمية, and they take the mubtada into halatul rafa, mubtada into halatul rafa, and khabar into halatul nasb. Khabar into halatul nasb. The difference between ma and laysa. Laysa is a fail. Excuse me, just running now this morning. The between ma and laysa. Laysa is a fail. Laysa is a fail. So when we use laysa, we have to use as a fail. Means when the mubtada is mudhakkar, we use laysa as a mudhakkar. When the mubtada is muannas, we use laysa as muannas. But ma we can use for both. Mubtada is mudhakkar or muannas, it doesn't matter. Still we use the particle ma. We will talk more and learn more about the laysa because it's a fail. Once we do our jumla fi'liya, we will talk about laysa there. Okay, so these are the things we've learned. Today we're going to learn how to make Jumla اسمية a interrogative, ask questions. Before we do that, let's go through some of the things that we've been learning in level 1, in level 2. Right in the beginning, we started learning that a jumla in Arabic, it is called a sentence. There are 2 types of jumlas. One is Jumla اسمية, another one is Jumla fi'liya. We'll try to make both, and just as a revision what we've learned. Jumla اسمية, first one. A Jumla اسمية has 2 parts. First part is called the mubtada. Second part is called the khabar. Mubtada khabar makes a Jumla اسمية. The rules of mubtada. Mubtada is generally ma'arifa, and mubtada is in halatul rafa. The khabar generally nakira, and khabar is in halatul rafa also. Because the mubtada is ma'arifa, generally is ma'arifa, so we need to know the types of ma'rifas. And we have learned there are 7 types of ma'rifas. Out of these 7, first 6 of ma'rifas can come as a mubtada. So what are these 7 types of ma'rifas? Number 1, al-ismul alam. Number 2, al-mu'arraf bil-lam. Number 3, al-damir. Number 4, ismul ishara. Number 5, al-ismul mawsul. Number 6, al-mudaf ila ma'rifa. And number 7, al-munada. So these are the 7 types. As soon as we see any of these 7 types, we will know it is a ma'rifa. So let's make a mubtada using either ismul alam or either al-mu'arraf bil-lam. Normally we will see Jumla ismiya with these 2, normally with ismul alam or al-mu'arraf bil-lam. The damir and the ismul ishara we'll see now and then, but main 2 are the ismul alam. We starting with a proper name, proper noun. Starting with a proper noun. Number 2, starting with the alif lam, mu'arraf bil lam. So let's take any ism we turn into a mu'arraf bil lam, so we can make a mubtada. Say qalam. So we have qalam, we need to make it ma'rifah with alif lam, so we start with alif lam. Al-qalam, al-qalam. Put in halatul rafa, al-qalamu. Our mubtada is ready, al-qalamu. So when we bring khabar, we apply the rule of khabar, which is, say another word, for example, a rakhisun, rakhisun. The word rakhisun is cheap. So ra, then you have a khi with the ya, rakhi, and the swad, rakhi, and apply the rules of khabar, halatul rafa. And if the khabar is an adjective ism, rakhisun, which is, so it will agree the khabar, the mubtada in gender and in number. So al-qalamu is wahid, so is rakhis. Al-qalamu is mudhakkar, so is rakhis, muannas. Now we've got this jumla. Now we want to make it emphatic, we want to make it negative, or we can make it into interrogative. So we've learned the first two. Make it a emphatic, just using inna front of it. Inna, apply the rule of inna. Now when inna comes, the mubtada is no longer called mubtada, it is called the ismu inna. Ismu inna. So ismu inna goes to halatul nasab. Inna al-qalama. Inna al-qalama rakhisun. So this jumla is a bit stronger than the first jumla. Surely the pen is cheap. Sometimes when we are shocked and we say, yes, it is cheap. So there we need inna there. Yes, the pen is cheap. Next, we can make this into a negative. Yeah, so let's put the back. Al-qalamu, normal. Al-qalamu rakhisun. We make into negative. We use laysa here, for example. Laysa. Apply the rule of laysa. What does laysa do? Laysa takes the mubtada into halat al-rafa. So laysa al-qalamu. Laysa al-qalamu. Then we apply the rule of laysa in khabar. Laysa takes the khabar into halat al-nasib. Rakhisan. Laysa al-islamu rakhisan. So we've got a negative jumla here. The pen is not cheap. The first sentence, inna al-qalama rakhisun, we can make it more emphatic if we want. We can make it more emphatic. So once we want to make more emphatic, we need lam ta'kid. Lam ta'kid. And lam ta'kid comes at the beginning of a sentence. Now something already has taken the place of lam. Lam is supposed to in the place of inna. Now inna has already taken the place of lam, so there is no any place to lam to come. So what does lam do? Lam comes with the khabar. La rakhisun. Inna al-qalama la rakhisun. Indeed, surely the pen is cheap. The negative one, laysa al-qalamu rakhisan, is already negative. We want to make it more stronger negative. We use a harf jar ba. Harf jar ba. Laysa al-qalamu bi. Then we say the word. And what does bi do? Ba harf jar takes the ism into halatul jar. Laysa al-qalamu bi rakhisin. Laysa al-qalamu bi rakhisin. So let's take this jumla again. Take the la away. And al-qalamu rakhisun. Normal jumla. Now we want to make this into a question. We want to ask a question. So what we need, again, we need the particles of question front of jumla ismiya. So today's lesson we will do that. So before that, let's go through the other jumla, the second type of jumla. So second type of jumla is jumla fi'liya. Jumla fi'liya. Again, jumla fi'liya, the name suggests, it starts with a fi'l, a verb. We always, to learn, we always start with a fi'l that is called fi'l madi, the past tense, fi'l madi. Okay, fi'l madi. So start with a fi'l. Let's take the fi'l. One of the fi'l is called fataha. So fa, ta, and ha. Fataha. It means to open. Fataha means to open. As soon as we see fataha, it is a fi'l giving us past tense meaning, and every fi'l needs a doer. As we know, it needs a doer, and doer is called the fa'il. The fa'il. The fa'il will come next. Fa'il will come after the fi'l. We need to mention the doer, who is doing this action. And the rule of fa'il, as we've learned, fa'il is always in halatul rafa. Halatul rafa. Here the fa'il, either we can use any nakira ism or any ma'rifa ism. So fa'il has no condition, or it has to be a ma'rifa or nakira. No. Fa'il can be anything. Fataha, let's say rajulun, a nakira. Put into halatul rafa, fataha rajulun. If we don't know who this man is, nakira, any man. A man. Fataha rajulun. So this is called the fa'il. Now, the jumla, the sentence not complete yet. We need an object. Fataha rajulun. What did he open? A man opened. So what did he open? We need a object, and object is called maf'ul. Maf'ul. And maf'ul is always in halatul nasab. Halatul nasab. Again, maf'ul will have no condition. It can come as a nakira or a ma'rifa. So fa'il and maf'ul has no conditions. It can be anything. In terms of gender, it can be mudhakkar muannas. In terms of number, it can be wahid, muthanna or jama. In terms of definiteness, it can be ma'rifah, it can be nakira. So for fa'il and maf'ul, no condition. It's up to you what you want to bring. So fataha rajulun, again, let's keep the maf'ul a nakira. Maf'ul nakira. So normally what do we open? What do we open? Normally we open a door. So let's say bab. Bab is a door. Put in halatul nasab. Fataha rajulun baban. Fataha rajulun baban. A man opened a door. Now, to make this into ma'rifa, all we need to do is make the fa'il ma'rifa by adding alif and lam, mu'arraf bil lam. Fataha rajulu baban. We can keep the maf'ul as a nakira. The man opened a door. Again, if we want to specify which door, or make the bab into a ma'rifa, so add alif lam. al, and when alif lam comes, no tanween, so al-bab. Fatahar, and also here, the fa'il will also have one dhamma. Fatahar rajulul baba. Fatahar rajulul baba. Because the alif or hamza of al, it is called hamzatul wasl. When you read, those become silent. You read it together. Fatahar rajulul baba. Fatahar rajulul baba. Now another thing we haven't talked about before, so I think it's the time now. Let's introduce another thing in Jumla Failure. So as soon as we start our Jumla Failure, we will be ready. The fail, when the fail comes, fail will come according to the fa'il. Fail will come according to the fa'il in terms of gender only. Let's say gender, that's all you have to remember. The number doesn't matter. Number does not has to agree. It has to agree the gender. The fail always will be wahid. The fail always will be wahid. It is the fa'il that fail has to agree the fa'il in terms of gender. So in our case, the ar-rajulu is the fa'il which is mudhakkar. So fataha is a mudhakkar. Now if we want here a mu'annas, woman. In woman, mu'annas, woman is imra'atun. Because we have alif lam, imra'atu, al-imra'atu. Because our fa'il is mu'annas, the fail has to agree the fa'il. So the fail also has to be a mu'annas. Now how do we turn this mudhakkar fail into mu'annas? Again, it's very easy. For isms, what did we do? For ism, we want to turn into a mu'annas, especially the adjective isms, the sifa isms. What did we do to make ism into a mu'annas? All we need to do is to add a ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. For fail, same thing. We need a ta. We need a ta. And for fail, the ta is not ta marbuta. It's not the round ta. It's the open ta or the long ta. All we need to do is we add the ta at the end of the fail. And now we need a symbol on it. Now we need a haraka on it. What do we put on the letter ta? Ta is always sakin, or put sukun on the ta. Fatahat. Now we've turned the fail into a muannas. So these are the two fails we're going to use to make our jumla failiyah. The fataha, the scale. Fataha is for mudhakkar and fatahat is for muannas. So if we take a different fail, the letters will change. Obviously, it will give us a different meaning. The letters will change. Let's take daraba. So daraba is mudhakkar. Daraba will be for mudhakkar. Now we want to make that into a muannas. Turn that into a muannas. Again, same thing. What we need is, the fail is daraba. All we need to do is add the long ta, sakin, put sukun on it. Darabat. So daraba for mudhakkar, darabat for muannas. The fa'il can change in terms of number. The fa'il can change in terms of number. It can be muthanna, it can be a jama. Muthanna or Jama. So let's make that into a Musanna. Musanna. Ar-Raju. Apply the rule of Musanna. Because in Halatul Rafa, it's Ani sound. Ani sound. This is the Arab of Musanna in Halatul Rafa. Ar-Rajulani. Ar-Rajulani. Now let's take again the same sentence. We'll change the file. Al-Jama. Ar-Rijalu. Ar-Rijalu. Do I need to put the harak on the ra? No, because we know how to pronounce it. Rijalu is the plural. So Rajulani, Musanna. Ar-Rijalu is the Jama. Now what happens to the fail? For Wahid, this is Wahid. Fatah Ar-Rajulu. For Musanna, do we change the fail and to agree the fa'il in terms of number? What about Ar-Rijalu? Do we change it into a Jama so it can agree the fa'il? The answer is no. Fail always remains Wahid. It doesn't matter the doer, the number. Wahid, Musanna or Jama. The fail always remains Wahid. All we need to look at in gender. So Rajul is Mudhakkar, Rajulani Mudhakkar, Rijalu Mudhakkar. So Fataha will stay the same. Same thing when we go to Jama. Sorry, Muannas. Fatahat al-imra'atu. The alif lam. Remember I said alif lam always. The alif or Hamza is Hamzatul Wasl. So when we read, we need to read together. We all know this lam has a sukun. So what happens when two sukun comes together? I think we did learn this. When two sukun comes together, first sukun must have a haraka. Normally we put a kasra. So Fatahatil imra'atul baba. Fatahatil imra'atul baba. So this will be a kasra. Now I want to change that into a muannas. So that round ta will become a normal ta now, and imra'atani. Will fail change in terms of number? No. Fail will remain the same. It only has to agree in gender. So Fatahatil imra'atani. What about Jama? Let's make that into a Jama. Now the Jama of imra'atun is Jama Mukassar. Jama Mukassar, broken plural, and it is so much broken. It is so much broken that even the letters disappears. Even the letters of Wahid disappears. So it is, yes, Nisa. Oh. So Fatahatin Nisa'u. See, there is no alif there, there is no mim there, there is no ra there. Even the letters disappeared from here. So Imra'atun Wahid, Nisa'un is the Jama. The fail always will be Wahid. So Fatahatin Nisa'ul Baba. Fatahatin Nisa'ul Baba. So we know our fa'il, we know the rules of fa'il in terms of Arab. The rules of fa'il is fa'il always in halatul rafa. Then we know the object, which is called a maf'ul. Maf'ul, the rule is in terms of Arab always in halatul nasab. So fatahatil imra'atul baba. Fatahatil imra'atanil baba. فتحت النساء الباب. You can see the file is changing, but the fail always remains the same. واحد. What of the maf'ul? Do we need to change the maf'ul? It's up to us. If we want to make a musanna, yes, we can. If we want to make a jama, yes, we can. Yeah? So that is nothing to do with the fail or the file. It is maf'ul. So there's no condition. It's up to you whatever you to bring. You can bring wahid, you can bring jama, you can bring a musanna. But all we need to remember is the i'rab. Because it's the halatun nasab. What is the i'rab of wahid ism? Fatha. What is the i'rab of musanna ism? Ayni sound. Ayni. Ya, noon, ma qabal ya, ay fatha. The jama mukassar i'rab is same as wahid. If it is jama salim mudhakkar, then will be ina sound, ya and nun, ma qabal ya kasra, ina sound. Okay, is that clear? You understand now a little bit of jumla fi'liya? Now, later on, when we do jumla fi'liya, later on we will look into present tense, how to make that past tense into a present tense, and also how to make that into a future tense. That's what we're going to learn. Once we've learned that, then we'll make the jumla fi'liya into emphatic, to give a stronger meaning on jumla fi'liya. Then we'll make jumla fi'liya into a negative. Same thing what we've been doing for jumla ismiya. We'll make the jumla fi'liya into a question. Yes. So the main things we are learning in jumla ismiya, then we'll just have to apply these same thing in jumla fi'liya. Alright. Today our lesson is lesson number 20. We're going to make jumla ismiya interrogative, asking questions. So what are the things we need? It's very simple, very easy. Lesson number 20, making jumla ismiya interrogative, means asking question. There are two types of interrogative words, right? We need two types of words. I mean, one of them, one type, any one type you can use. Number one are the particles. We call them huruf, and the name will be obvious, huruful istifham. Huruful istifham. So in this group we have some letters. We use the huruf. Number two, asma'ul istifham. So when the name suggests, asma will be the nouns. So there are some nouns used for asking questions. So we can use for both, or we can use both. Some particles are used to ask questions, and some nouns are made to ask questions. We start with number one. The huruful istifham are used at the beginning of jumla ismiya to make jumla ismiya interrogative, and they are two in total. So huruful istifham, I mean, there is a few more. Those are very rare. We normally don't use them. That's why I said two. These two are the most used. Number one is hamza with the fatha a, and number two hal, a and hal. Again, there is no condition when to use a or when to use hal. Is up to you. Whenever you want to use a or hal is up to you. But there is one difference there. I'll say in a minute. So let's go through this. Means the same. A is the question is, and hal again is the question is. Example, our normal jumla ismiya was Zaidun qa'imun. Ask the question, Zaidun qa'imun is Zaid standing. Hal ar-rajulu jalisun. Hal ar-rajulu, again alif lam, hamza is hamzatul wasl, so you need to join them and read them together. And because hal lam has a sukoon, we cannot read sukoon, there's another sukoon after it, so two sukoon comes together. First sukoon, we'll have to put a kasra, so it becomes halir rajulu jalisun. Is the man sitting? And other one, ahadha qalamun, we can say hal hadha qalamun. We can use any of these two huruf al-istifham. Ahadha qalamun, is this a pen? Yeah. So basically these are the two particles of istifham, to ask questions. Now there's a little difference between and hal in terms of usage. When do we use? We can use, as I said, both anytime, anywhere. Only one thing to remember: if there is a mu'arraf bil lam, if we use here, it'll become ar-rajulu. So sometimes it may be confusing to the listener. You say ar-rajulu jalisun. Yeah? You say normal jumla ismiyah is not interrogative. But in writing we can see, yes, in writing is two different words. Is one word, ar-rajulu is another word. So it could be confusing to the listener. Ar-rajulu, maybe the way you say it, ar-rajulu jalisun, then he'll understand what is the question. But if we just say hal here, no confusion here. Hal ar-rajulu jalisun. So this is one of the differences. When the ism is mu'arraf bil lam, is better to use hal. It's better to use hal there. Otherwise, we can use both of them. The number two is asma'ul istifham are used at the beginning of jumla ismiya to make the jumla ismiya interrogative. They are 9 in total. Asma'ul istifham are 9. Huruful istifham are 2. And hal. Asma'ul istifham are 9. So what is the difference between huruful istifham and asma'ul istifham? Do they give the same meaning? The question is, or there is a difference there? Well, a little bit of difference there. That is the difference between huruful istifham and asma'ul istifham is that huruful istifham are used when the answer is simple yes or no. When the answer is yes or no, this is when we use huruful istifham. And asma'ul istifham are used when the answer requires more details. So you cannot answer just by saying yes or no. Right? When you see the question is a small istifham, over there you cannot answer with yes or no. You need more details. So what are they? These are the 9. 1 and 2, ma and madha, both mean the same. 3 and 4, man, mandha, means who. The difference between these two is ma, madha is used for things, and 3 and 4, man, mandha, are used for humans. So we say ma, what? Man, who? Number 5, kayfa, how? Kayfa. And number 6, aina, where? And number 7 and 8, mata. Number 7, mata. Number 8, ayyana. Both mean the same, when. Mata, ayyana, when. And number 9, anna. How is that? Or where from? And number 10, ayyu, which? And number 11, come. So why did I say there are 9 in total? Okay, the reason is I'm just counting. This is as 1, this is as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even it doesn't come to 9. So let's count each one by one. Let's put the 11. Total 11. Okay. So Asmaul Istifham are 9. 9 isms are used. Asmaul Istifham. If you want to count one by one. Ma 1, Madha 2, Man 3, Manda 4, Kaifa 5, Aina 6, Mata 7, Ayyana 8, Anna 9, Ayyu 10, and Kam 11. Right? So, yeah, they are all used. They're all used. Anna, no, we do see Anna in the Quran. How is that possible? Where is it from? Ayyu, yes, we see there's a Kam, how much, how many? So let's see some examples of these. Ma and Mada, we say Masmuka. So there's 2 words here. Ma, Ismuka. Ismu, Mudaf, Ka Mudaf ilayh. Ma, Ismuka. Again, the Hamza of Ism is Hamzatul Wasl. Join them together. Masmuka. Masmuka. Ma hada. What is this? Ma hada. What is this? We also can say Mada without using the hada. Mada. What is it? Number 2, man, manda. Man hada, we can say. Man hada. Who is this? Man anta. Who are you? Man rabbuka. Man rabbuka. Man rabbuka. Who is your Lord? Man dha alladhi. Man dha alladhi. Who is the one? Who is the one? Say masmuka. When you ask question with the ma, ism istifham, answer requires more details. You cannot answer by just saying yes or no. Masmuka. You cannot say yes. Masmuka. Yes. Masmuka. No. Come on, he's not asking for a yes or no. So here any more requires more details. You have to say your name. Ma hadha. You cannot say yes. Ma hadha. Yes. You have to say what it is. More details. Number 3, kayfa. Kayfa anta. Kayfa haluka. Okay, there's a question. Isn't it ismuka with Hamza at start? Isn't ismuka with Hamza at start? Yeah, we have the Hamza here. So normally it is, with the kasra. Ismuka, ma ismuka. And because this is Hamzatul Wasl, I've been saying this name, Hamzatul Wasl. What does Hamzatul Wasl mean? Hamzatul Wasl means when you have if there is no word before it, we have to pronounce the Hamza. We have to say Ismuka. We have to say Ismuka because there is no word before it. But if there is a word before it, this Hamza becomes silent. We don't, in writing, you write it, but in reading, you don't read it when there's a word before it. It is called Hamzatul Wasl. So we need to join them together and say Masmuka. Masmuka. I thought it was part of root. It is part of root, but it can be Hamzatul Wasl. Yeah. For example, there's so many isms we can have is part of the root. For example, you can say Ibnun. Come on. Ibnun. Yeah, so Hamza, here the Hamza is Hamzatul Wasl. So this word, the Hamza we see at the beginning, is Hamzatul Wasl. If there is a word before it, let's make a question. Aina, for example, here, where? Aina. So this Hamza here, Aina, this Hamza is Hamzatul Qata. Hamzatul Qata. This Hamza we cannot make it silent. We have to read it. Aina. But the Hamza of Ibn is Hamzatul Wasl. We want to say Aina ibnuka. Where is your son? Aina ibnuka. For learning, we can say Aina ibnuka. Aina ibnuka. For learning, we can say that once we have learned, no more ibnuka. Together. Aina ibnuka. Aina ibnuka. The same thing with ism. This ism is Hamzatul Wasl when there is a word before it. So here what the Hamza is from the root, Ibn, so is Ism. Right. Number 5 and 6, Mata and Ayyana. Mata both means when. Mata Nasrullahi, when Allah's help will come. So will come obviously is hidden. We have to put it to make sense. Mata Nasrullah. In Arabic is perfect. Ayyana yawmul qiyamati. When is day of Qiyamah, judgment. Number 7, Anna. Anna laki hadha. When Zakaria alayhi salam said to Maryam alayhi salam, Anna laki hadha. Where did you get this from? Where from? Anna lahu dhikra. How is it possible for him thinking or remembrance now on the day of judgment? He will remember, you know. So Allah is saying it's not possible. How is it possible now? Number 8, Ayyu shay'in. Which one? Ayyu shay'in. Also shay'un means things, means which thing. It turns to know which one. Ayyu nasi. we can say which person, ayyun nasi, which person. And how come we have 9 here? Oh, just counting as 1 now. So if we do the 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, no, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 9, what, 20, 10, 11. Okay. Number 11, come, we, yes, when we go to Arab shops, we know this person is Arabic speaking. We try to come هذا. How much is this? Yes. كم كتابا عندك? How many books do you have? كم أخا لك? How many brothers do you have? كم هذا? How much is this? So a bit more about kam. Kam is used in 2 ways. One is called kam istifhamiyya, kam as a question, asking a question. So the ism after kam will be wahid, nakira, mansub. Wahid, nakira, mansub. See, other isms, they don't change the mubtada. They don't change ma, don't change the mubtada. Okay. Man also don't change the mubtada. Kaifa also don't change the mubtada. Aina doesn't, anna doesn't. Ayyu, remember ayyu is always comes as mudaf. Ayyu always comes as mudaf. So next ism will be mudaf ilayh. So ayyu does change the next ism to halatul jar. Kam also change the ism into halatul nasab. Halatul nasab. So that's what we say here. The ism after kam will be halatul nasab and wahid nakira. Always wahid nakira. You cannot have muthanna or jama. Yeah. Another thing I want to say, as we said, these asma istifham comes in jumla ismiya at the beginning. So we can say ismuka, there's a ma at the beginning. Anta, there's a man at the beginning. So where is the khabar? Anta, we need a khabar here. Ismuka, Mahmudun, for example. Hamidun, that is the khabar. We need the khabar. So what is the khabar? So in asma'ul istifham, the khabar is them by themselves. They are the khabar. So we call it khabar muqaddam. Yeah? So ma over here will be khabar muqaddam. Ismu mudaf, kaf mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh is the mubtada. Man anta, man khabar muqaddam, anta is the mubtada. Same all this, right? Just remember that. Ma hada, so hada is mubtada muakhar. So in this case, we'll call mubtada muakhar, and the ma over here, khabar muqaddam, brought forward. Khabar brought forward. Muakhar taken afterward, or at the end. So in asma istifham, the mubtada is always muakhar. So kam istifhamiyya, the ism after kam will be wahid nakira mansub. If it is a question, kam istifhamiyya, like kam kitabun indaka, kam akhan laka. So we can see the ism after kam is wahid nakira, kitab, and in halatul nasab. Yes, we can call it a tamiz. This is why it is halatul nasab. So I wanted to make it easy. If you understand that way, tamiz, you're fine. And those of us we don't know what tamiz is, we'll talk about tamiz later on when we do jumla failure. But the reason is, why is because in Arabic grammar everything has to have a reason. The grammar side of it. Why is it in halatul nasab then? Why is it halatul nasab? This is that because it's tamiz. So to make things easy, I just said after kam the ism will be mansub. Number two, the kam is used as to give information. The kam is to give more information, not a question. So that kam is called kam khabariya. The ism after kam khabariya will be nakira, but this time majroor. Nakira, majroor. Sometimes min is used after kam. Kam kitabin indaka. You have loads of books. So I'm giving information. You have so many books. Kam kitabin indaka. Sometimes the min is used. Kam min kitabin indaka. Again, why is the ism in halatul jar after the kam? Actually, it is the harful jar min. Is min. So it sometimes is allowed to omit the harful jar. Is hidden. Harful jar is mahdhuf, hidden. Here is apparent, you can see min, but over here is hidden. This is the reason the ism after kam goes to halatul jar. If the kam is kam khabariya, but if the kam, we always use kam as istifhamiyya, always. Now and then we use the kam khabariya, but we need to remember kam istifhamiyya, the Arab ism after kam is halatul nasab. Kam khabariya, kam kitabin indaka. You have so many books. You have loads of books. Kam min kitabin indaka. Meaning the same, it will translate same. The min harful jar here will be extra in translation. Next, sometimes huruful jar are used with asma'ul istifham, but not all of them. These are the asma istifham. We can use huruful jar with it. Number one, ma. Number two, man. Number three, aina. Number four, ayyu. And number five, kam. Right? Out of all 11, we only use huruful jar with these five. We cannot use huruful jar with maza or manza, or we cannot use huruf jar with kayfa. We don't use huruf jar with mata. So out of all 11, these are the five we use huruful jar with: ma, man, aina, ayyu, kam. Now let's see one by one. What is the huruful jar? Not all of them, but some. So we need to know which one. With the ma, Now we use huruful jar with ma, and once we use harful jar with ma, the alif of ma drops. The alif of ma drops. So what is harful jar we can use with ma? We use li harful jar. Li. Li. So li plus the ma becomes lima. Lima. So we can see the alif of the ma dropped. Lima. We use another harful jar with the ma is fi. Yes, fi. So fi plus the ma becomes fima. Fima. We use another harful jar with the ma, which is min. Min plus the ma, and the alif of ma drops, so it becomes mim. Mim. So li plus the ma, lima means why. Fima, you can see in what. Mimma, from what. We can use another harful jar with the ma, which is an. An, then plus the ma. The alif of ma will drop. Am, about what? Am. Okay, we can use another harful jar. B. B harful jar. Ba. We say bima. Bima. Why didn't I put that here? I missed it. Okay, I'll put it later on. Bima, we can use that as well. Next, huruful jar with man, and with aina, and with kam. With man, again, lam harful jar, liman. Aina. B means with. We can say bima means with what? With what? Bima. Something just coming in my mind. In Surah Al-Baqarah, at the beginning, we talk about the believers. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. ومما. So we just said that alif of ma drops. We have alif here. مما رزقناهم ينفقون. والذين يؤمنون بما. بما. We have alif there. بما أنزل إليك. That yes. Yes, someone just gave an ayah. We use at the end, فَبِمَا تُبَشِّرُونَ. The alif of that meme dropped here. But over here, the alif of meme didn't drop. Why didn't it drop? So let's see if I have the answer end of the notes. If not, I will say the answer. So these are the huruful jar we use with man, aina, and kam. With kam, we use be, and we say become. Become هذا. That's what normally we say. Become هذا الكتاب. How much is this book? No. Alright. I think I will have the answer in the next lesson. Answer of this. Why is ma here? Okay, let me give you the answer. The answer is this ma is not ismul istifham, and bima, this ma is not ismul istifham. It is called ismul mawsul. These two memes are ismul mawsul. If it is ismul istifham, the alif will drop. Alif will drop. For example, the ayah we see here, قال أبشرتموني على أن مسني الكبر فبما تبشرون. So over here, فبما is the this meme is the ma al-istifham, but this two ma will be among the ismul mawsul. Someone is asking, what is ismul mawsul? Ismul mawsul, remember we've learned in one types of ma'rifah. There is 7 types of ma'rifah. One is al-ismul mawsul, and we had a chart of ismul mawsul. They are total 6. Mean altogether wahid, muthanna and jama. Actually there are total 2 for mudhakkar and muannas, alladhi and allati, alladhi and allati. So what is the muthanna of alladhi? Obvious alladhani. What is the jama of alladhi? Obvious alladhina. So that's what we say, 3 for mudhakkar and 3 for muannas, allati, allatani, allati. So total are 6 in terms of number. Yep. So those are ismul mawsul. Those are ismul mawsul. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. I thought it was a question. I was gonna say, you haven't learned ismul mawsul yet? Sorry, it is not a question. It is confirmation. It is ismul mawsul. Well done. We will look a little bit of ismul mawsul in the next lesson, and we'll talk about that in there. Alright. Another thing I was thinking, let's add here, what we've learned, the mubtada normally is ma'rifah. The question is, can mubtada be nakira? The answer is yes, mubtada can be nakira with some conditions. We have learned that the mubtada is generally ma'rifah. The question is, can mubtada be nakira? The answer is yes, when the ism, nakira ism is one of the followings. When the nakira ism is one of the followings with these conditions, there are total 7. If we have one of these 7 conditions, yes, the mubtada can be a nakira. Number 1, when a sifa comes for ism nakira. When a sifa comes. What do I mean by that? When a sifa comes, for example, I have rajulun. Rajulun. Yep. I want to make this a mubtada. It is a nakira. Normally we can't. I need to make it ma'rifah by alif lam. But I don't want to make it ma'rifah. I want to keep it as nakira. One way we can do is bring a sifat with it. Rajulun, bring a sifat with it. Rajulun, very easy one I can find in my mind is coming now. Mu'minun, for example. Which one? No. This one. Mu'minun. We have a sifat now. Rajulun mu'minun. Now this can be a mubtada. So the example, Abdun mu'minun, mubtada. Khayrun is the khabar. Min mushrikin, jar majroor is the shibh jumla, muta'alliq. Yeah. So when we analyze this, we say Abdun, mubtada, mu'minun, sifat. Hey, hold on. We thought mubtada cannot be nakira. Abdun is nakira. But this is the answer. Because you've got sifat with it, mubtada can be a nakira. Number 2, when nakira ism is mudaf to another nakira. When nakira ism is mudaf to a ma'rifah, we've learned that automatically turns into ma'rifah. In ma'rifah types, mudaf ila ma'rifah. But what about mudaf ila nakira? So if it's mudaf ila nakira, the construction is still nakira. The construction of idafi is still nakira. But because it is the mudaf ila nakira, so this first nakira ism can be mubtada. For example, sayyaratu rajulin. So sayyaratu is mudaf, and rajulin we can say mudaf ilayh. But in jumla we'll say sayyaratu mubtada and rajulin mudaf ilayh. But again, hold on, we thought we cannot bring in nakira as mubtada. But now yes we can, because it is mudaf to a nakira. Sayyaratu rajulin jadidatun. Number 3, when nakira ism comes after huruf al-istifham, which is a and hal. So after a and hal, if you want, you can bring ism nakira as a mubtada. A ilahun ma'allah. Now we can say a is what? The khabar muqaddam. Ilahun is mubtada. It is coming after huruf al-istifham. A ilahun ma'allah. Is there any God with Allah? Number 4, when ism nakira comes after kam, as we've learned. After kam, the ism is nakira, which is mubtada, and kam is the khabar. Kam akhan laka. Are you understanding? You're getting it? Number 5, when ism nakira comes after adawatun nafi, the particles of nafi. Those particles we make jumla ismiya negative. Ma, laysa. So after those, the mubtada can be a nakira. For example, ma ahadun khayrun minka. Ma ahadun. There is no one better than you. Ma ahadun. So we see here ahadun is nakira. Is allowed because it's coming after the ma, which is nafi. Number 6, when nakira ism comes with lam al-ibtida, lam al-ibtida, lam al-takid. Remember we talked about lam al-takid? If lam takid comes at the beginning, then yes, rajulun can be a mubtada nakira. La rajulun qa'imun. Surely a man is standing. Number 7, when nakira ism comes after dua, good or bad. For example, salamun alayka. Salamun, nakira. Normally we do make it ma'arifa. As-salamu alayka. As-salamu alayka. But if we want to use this, yes, we can say salamun alayka. Example we see in the Quran, salamun ala Yasin, for example. Bad, waylun lilmusallina. It is a bad dua, curse. Waylun, it is nakira. Woe to those prayers. So what if we don't have any of these 7? Is there any other way? Yes, one more. If none of the above, and still you want to bring a nakira. You don't want to bring nakira after, you don't want to use sifat with it. You don't want to use mudaf ilayh with it. You don't want to use a question with it. You don't have kam with it. You don't have adawat al-nafi ma with it. You don't have lam ibtada with it. It's not for a dua. Still, can you bring a mubtada as a nakira? Yes. If you want, then bring that mubtada at the end. Make it muakhar. Make it mubtada muakhar. Then you are allowed to bring as nakira. Because now the khabar is muqaddam, the mubtada is muakhar. We have fil bayti rajulun. So rajulun is the mubtada, fil bayti jar majrur shibu jumla is the khabar muqaddam. Fi qulubihim maradun. So this maradun is the mubtada. وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة. غشاوة is the mubtada. لدينا مزيد. It is the mubtada. Because it's nakira and there is none of the above, we have to bring at the end. Alright. So this is the end of today's lesson. We've learned so many things in this lesson. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. So just have to remember these things and we use them as we go along. Yes, someone wrote a ayah, Salamun alaykum bima sabartum فَنِعْمَ عُقْبَى الدَّارِ. So here we see Salamun is the nakirah because it's a dua. Alright, inshallah we'll see in the next lesson. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.